Alright, hello, welcome to Searching for the One Piece. I'm Gear Segendo. On this episode, we'll be talking about the fourth episode review of Chuunibyou Demo Koi ga Shitai. Uh, Pretty much on this episode, we start off where we left off, and pretty much the group has a meeting today, so he ends up going to where the meeting is. And the funny part about this is he walks in and they have a magic circle drawn, just like in Full Metal Alchemist, right? And he's like, "Why is there a magic circle on the floor and stuff?" He's doing that stuff, and then she starts chanting to summon something, and it starts glowing just like Full Metal Alchemist. And then he's just like, oh, like it's real. But then you just see the assistant turning the lights on, and it's just like Christmas lights on the floor in the pattern of a circle and stuff. It's just funny. Um, and then the assistant tries summoning a dragon, and Rika just throws a bag of flour on the floor as the finale, and everything's just a mess. So they end up cleaning that. While the main character's friend, the one that he likes, comes by since she now joined the group. She comes by and they're talking and talking. He ends up locking the assistant girl into a locker, and she finds out that her book's not there, and she's like, "Where's the book?" and stuff. And he's like, "It's at my house." And as soon as he said that, the girl he likes does this like glare thing, and you're like, you know something's up. So afterwards, she says she has to go to cheerleader practice, and she asks him if they could spend time together alone on Sunday. And I was like, oh, she really makes it seem like she did like him. And I was like, oh, that's such a bummer, because every time he thought that too, he would just downgrade himself, and he's just like, no, that's not possible. There's always something up. Afterwards, that Sunday comes, and he has to get Rika out so then he can be alone with the girl he likes. So he ends up grabbing his flame master notes he did when he had the eighth grader syndrome. He gives him to Rika, and ends up keeping her busy for all day. And that was pretty funny because he was like, I didn't think that would come in handy. And so the girl he likes comes over, and he ends up going to make tea. He hears a loud noise. He goes back to his room. The whole room's a mess now. And the girl like ran and sat back down at the last minute, so she was like searching through the room. So he ends up closing the door and going around to the balcony window to see what she continues, and she does. And she's about to go into the box that he had his eighth grader syndrome stuff in, and he's just like, no. And she's like, "Where's the book?" and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, that book? It's right over here." And stuff. And he starts reading it, and he figures out that that book is her. She used to have eighth grader syndrome too. She called herself Summer Forest or Forest Summer, and it was very funny because she does the same thing as him when every time he thinks back onto the eighth grade syndrome stuff. Oh, there's this thing where he thought back because he thought she was actually liking him, and he thought back at this time where he sent a text message to this girl, thinking in a previous life they were in love or whatever, and it was like I love you forever, and he's talking in the eighth grade syndrome thing, and it's just so funny. But he ended up burning the book, and he's like, "So the only reason you came to my house was for the book?" She was, "Yes." The only reason you joined the club was for the book? Yeah. Why else would there be? And he was just like, "I knew it." He with a depressed look, and he's like, "I knew it." And I was like, "Ah, that sucks, man. I really wish that would have happened, like for a couple of things." Um, Afterwards, Rika comes. They're finished doing whatever they were doing, and the assistant's with them, and she's like, "Where's the book?" And she's like, "It's burnt." And stuff. And they're like, "It's alright, I got thousands of copies back at my house and shit." And the girl's like, "Give it to me. Those are my property, man. I deleted all of that stuff. I am the Forest Summer." And she's like, "No, you're not. No commoner or whatever like you can be Forest Summer and stuff." And she starts chanting, quoting words from her. and she's just like covering her ears because she doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to hear what he's saying stuff. It was pretty funny. She's like, see, you can't even handle the purity of the words that Forrest Summer speaks and stuff. And I was just laughing. And so they were trying to figure out how to get the books, and he's like, you're just gonna have to play with the eighth grade syndrome thing. So she ends up waiting on top of this little bridge thing over a street, and the assistant girl's coming down the street, and the girl who is for summer, she has one of those little flag twirler things. And she's like, "You ready to fight? I'm gonna prove to you I'm for summer or whatever." And she goes the flag thing, but it doesn't even reach like not even halfway to the assistant girl. So they're just looking at it for a second there, and the assistant girl just comes running up to it, ties it around her hand, and it was like, "Oh, you got me!" And stuff. And I was like, "What the?" So the poor summer girl drops the flag and pulls out her pom poms, and this is where the imagination starts kicking in, where we get to see all the like animation and the divine punishment stuff, you know. And they're fighting, and then the assistant girl ends up saying some more quotations from her hero for summer. So you know what that happens. She just covers her ears. She's like, "No more! Don't say any more! I can't stand it! I don't want to remember all of that." And she's like, "Yeah, see, no commoner like you can handle the purity words from Forrest Summer. You fake Forrest." And pretty much at the end of this, at the end, pretty much she ends up staying with the group because she hasn't gotten all the books back, and she pretty much says that I'm gonna stay until I get my goals, my entire goal finished and stuff. And that was the end of Shinoiboi Demo Kaiga Shitai. Yep. Well, that's the end of this review. Wait till next week for another episode 8 review of this anime. I am Gears Agendo, and this is Searching for the One Piece. For my viewers, please like, comment down below, and if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to see my videos or more, please subscribe, and I'm out.